So in the last lecture, we have seen how to design an email template with the use of letterhead. So whenever we design any letterhead, what is the first thing we require to get some images to be inserted inside the headers and the footers. So as a part of this practice, I have actually downloaded 2 images, and then we have learned as in step number 1, you first need to create the letterhead, create a template, create one letterhead over there. Whatever the header and the footer images you have downloaded, using that image, design one letterhead as in step number 1. So that image must be uploaded to the document object. This is, we already have noticed, because when we long back when we developed that application, so that time we learned whatever the static resources you want to use inside the Salesforce, so you first need to upload that inside the document object. Then with the use of this navigation, we actually created one letterhead. Okay, once the letter has been created, you can use it inside the email template. So I created this email template with the letterhead. Now the third type is actually a custom kind of template without using the letterhead. Now, why I should go with the letterhead that we already discussed? So if you want to go with a promotional sort of email, if you want to design a good looking sort of attractive sort of email template, then you must go with the letterhead kind of the format. But see, there are few restricted networks. There are few restricted networks actually, where we cannot see this kind of see. I'm onto my Outlook account, and this one is actually a restricted email ID. So if I got this email, there are few images. You see these images I cannot see unless and until I make a right click and make a tap over it. There are few more images that I cannot see. These are the images I cannot see. These are the images I cannot see over it. So by default, the images has been hidden to me. All of the emails, whatever this email is having, all of them are actually being hidden initially. So whenever I try to send an email to any secured email ID, it could be the email ID related to one organizations, it could be related to the email ID of your the banking's kind of sector. So they are also they are also very secured channels. Whenever you send any email to any secured email ID, so whatever the images that time you inserted into the headers and into the footers, so sometime it might possible, that these images could be hidden, and the receiver couldn't see the image because of the security issues. Because of the security issues, the network won't allow you, that these images to be displayed. And so then what is the possibility then left with us? If I cannot send email with the letterhead, if I cannot send an email who's having some sort of images in the headers and the footers, network is eventually don't allowing me for that. So what is the possible solution? Should I go with the text? Yes, I can go with the text. I can go with the plain text email format. Yes, of course I can go with that. I can go with the plain text email format. If I am sending a sort of email on a secured network, on a secured email ID, that I maybe this selecting the letterhead should not be, it should not be the best option. Why? Because whatever the images we see, what are the images we have inserted, that due to the network securities, that images is going to be discarded. So, but obviously, हमने जो बनाया था, it is not going to be visible in that way, and therefore, it is having no purpose. So, how to make that looks attractive? What is the possibility? One possibility is to go with the plain text. You can send this email, you can send this email to any network, whether it's a secured, whether it's a secured sort of thing, or it's a secured. See, this one is a plain email, this one is a plain email sort of thing. You can send it to a secured as well as to a normal email ID also. You can send a plain text. So one possibility is to go with the plain text of email template. But then remember, with this template, you cannot make any sort of formatting, like the formatting what we have learned yesterday, and that we can make the font size and font colors to be the different, and we can even select the background colors also. So obviously, if I go with this possibility, plain text, so I cannot format it in a way it looks attractive. Rather, it's going to look in a very formal way. So considering this as a problem, Salesforce has developed the third type of the email template, which is actually called as custom. And inside the custom email template, we don't use the letterhead. We actually make the use of HTML programming. And then with the help of HTML programming, we try to make this email looks good, looks attractive as far as possible. So this email, this custom with the with the HTML programming, I mean, without using the letterhead and the plain text, these are the two types of the email template that with this you can send it to the secure networks, a secured email ID over a secured network also. Okay. So now in this way, I mean, this was the reason why to go with the custom email templates. And we should know the HTML programming. Actually, knowing the HTML programming won't harm you. If you learn the HTML programming as far as possible, it's obviously going to help you out. So what I'm going to do is that, I cannot take HTML sessions on the HTML, but rather I suggest you, there are, almost very good videos on the YouTube also, and you can go and find out few, there are so many videos over there with which you can learn the HTML programming. I can probably tell you a few of the tags, a few of the basic tags that I'm going to use inside here as an example. But I know, I mean, if you learn the HTML, you can, abhi jo main bata raha hu, you can, create a more attractive email, whatever I have constructed. Comparative to that, you can create a more attractive sort of email if you know the HTML programming. So let me tell you a basic sort of HTML tag, like there is a tag called as BR. Now inside HTML, actually there are two different types of tag. Some of the tags which actually require one opening along with the closing. Okay, if you open this tag, you need to close this tag. So if this is by, if this is bold, we call it by bold. If this is italic, we call it by italic. If we call it underline, U is for underline, so I call it by underline. So by is for actually, by is actually for the closing of the tag. So there are two kinds of tags over here. Some of them actually require, if you open that tag, you additionally go and need to close that tag also. And there are few tags which are actually a singular kind of tag where it doesn't require a closing tag. Rather this slash is actually, once you return BR and after this you write down this slash. So this is a singular type of HTML. So once you started learning the HTML, you will came to know that there are two different types of tag. This one is actually a break tag. This one is a bold tag. This one is italic tag. Underline font. There are so many tags. There are so many tags. Like the font tag is there. The font has few things like, you can decide the face. I mean, the type of the font, what you want, Calibri, Verdana, or could be anything. What is the size or the colors? With this, I can, what I can do, I can actually highlight some sort of fonts. I can actually make the colors like this. Then anchor tag is there, actually used to insert some sort of hyperlinks over there. And remember, one good thing with the HTML is that HTML, doesn't produce any. So many mics are on. Pragya and the Rahul, guys, your mics are on. Why don't you mute yourself? Okay. So, one good thing with the HTML is what? It actually doesn't give you any error. If you commit any mistake, the tag is going to be discarded. But it is not going to give you any sort of error. Error usually are there, not there inside the HTML. This is the one good thing with the HTML. Because who is responsible to run the HTML? It's your browser. HTML has nothing to do with the runtime engines. This is if this is my browser. Whatever the code I'm going to return over here, this is the responsibility of this Google Chrome to understand that HTML tag and do whatever to need to display according to that particular tag whatever you use. I recommend you one website. There's one website I usually use it, and I have done log out from my org. Anyways, so this is a w3schools.com. It's a good website. Even I used to use it also. If inside my projects, if I require some sort of HTMLs, if I require some sort of CSS, I need to create the tables or else whatever you want. So you can, you can use this website. This is a good website actually. So let me log in once again to the org. So there are few more channels. There are far more channels where actually you can go and run the HTML. So inside this, I'm just taking a few of the tags. I'm actually hiding the complexity because I don't know whether you guys are aware of the HTML or not. So I'm just taking few of the tags. That's it. So let me, design one custom email template with the use of few HTML graphics. Okay. So I take this use case. So let's configure an email template. Let's configure one email template to notify the candidate, to notify the candidate upon submitting the profile. Whenever a candidate submits the profile, Like, if you go to the candidate object, if you know to go to the candidate, if I click this new button, and with all this detail, actually, with all this, whenever somebody goes to this particular page and fill all over the details, whatever is required, and click the save button. So one profile has been uploaded, one profile has been created inside the candidate object. So what we want to issue one email to him, on the email. अभी ये automation बाद में आएगा, अभी तो मैं manually test कर रहा हूँ. But still, what is the use case? Use case is that whenever a candidate submits his profile on this particular page, we should issue one email to him as an acknowledgement. We should issue one email that congratulations, candidate name. Here the candidate name should come Suresh Kumar, Amit Tripathi, whatever. Your profile has been submitted. And what is the content? These are the contents. I mean, thanks for showing interest in our organization. And then we are pleased to inform you that your profile has been submitted, whatever. So here, what I have done, I have, used few of the tags. I mean, for candidate name, I have used the font as a tag. So, I open the font, first of all, whatever the things, let's uske baad mein baat karte hain. I open the font, so I need to close the font also. I open the font, so I need to close the font also. And so what is the font size? Font size is 3. What is the font type is Vardhana. The color is red, like this. I make it bold. B stands for bold. I make this font to be the bold. Whatever the candidate name should appear, it should appear in the bold. And that's why I open this tag. If I open this tag, I also need to close this tag, So like this. So, and then, I make BR stands for the break tag. BR stands for the break tag. See here. It is actually used to move the cursors. Just as आप enter press करते हैं, you press the enter, you comes to the next line. You press the enter, you come to the next line. That is how. So whenever you want to press the your cursor if you want that you should insert some line in between, you should use the break tag. And so I inserted 2 break lines. That means I inserted 2 space over here. After the 2 space, this second line is going to be displayed. Once again, 2 space over here, and then I make it bold, by bold, and the 2 break tags like this. So this is how, this is a general merge text, merge field what you have used. I mean, and then after every field, I inserted 1 break tag. Here it is 2 break tag. Whatever the space you want, this is something what you can customize according to your, according to your knowledge, according to your look and feel. And then I everywhere, expected CTC, I make some formatting over here like this. So this is all related to inserting the HTML. This is all related to inserting the HTML inside your email template. This is all related to inserting the HTML inside your email template. So I have taken only few examples of the HTML tags. So this is my suggestion. Try to learn the HTML as far as possible. So let's create one HTML template and let's end this topic, because probably from today itself, I'm going to start with the workflows. Okay. I'm going to start with the workflows. So let me go to the setup menu. Go to the communication template. Inside the administer, you have communication template. Go to the classic email template. Create a new template. And the type will be custom without using letterhead. Okay? Custom. So click the next button. I want to store it inside what? I want to store it inside the align email template. Make it available for the use. Give any name. So it's like, new candidate record submission notification template. With this name, I would like to give one. So give any description. I'm just copying this over here. Now subject, I already have created. So I have created one subject like this. Congratulations with the candidate name that your profile has been submitted successfully. So yeah, this is the name I have given this. Now click the next button. Click the next, and here actually you need to enter the, you need to enter the HTML content, whatever you have created. So let me just copy this and paste it over here. Now see, if I don't make any formatization over here, it doesn't require. Why? Because this is going to work with according to the HTML tags, whatever I have inserted. So I can, I can put some formatting just to look it. I can do it like this, just to have a look. Otherwise, it's not required over here. Here we don't require to format it, because it's not going to be displayed according to the formatting what I'm doing right now over here. No, it's not. It's actually going to work. It's actually going to work according to the tags. But as a best practice, I don't want to make it look like this, So I'm just making this formatting because this one is a my practice. Otherwise, it is not required, It is not required at all. And then if you want, you can do it. Otherwise, you can skip the process also, because it is not going to display according to this. Rather, it is going to be displayed according to what, according to the HTML tag, whatever you have used. Yes, so excellent. ठीक है, notice period, PAN number, technical skills, passport number, and then this and this. Okay. Okay. So yeah, everything has been done. Let me click the next button. So make it save. Guys, give me, excuse me just for the 5 minutes. मैं वापस आता हूँ. मेरे को 5 मिनट का. ठीक है. So we created this. See how does it going to look like? Candidate name इसने ले लिया है. Candidates position, everything. Now let me test this. ठीक है. Send test and verify the merge fields. Which records we want to here have the candidates record. Candidate object में जाके एक records, कोई भी एक record select करिए. ठीक है. And let's send this preview to sfdc@gmail.com से. अब यहाँ पर भी आपको पता है एक स्क्रीनशॉट यहाँ भी मिल जाता है. यहाँ भी मिल जाता है. कैंडिडेट नेम इसने नहीं, बिकॉज दिस इज रॉन्ग. आई मीन ये रॉन्ग हो गया, इसने नहीं लिया है. ठीक है. सो ये मुझे यहीं से नजर आ जाता है कि यहाँ पे कुछ तो भी गड़बड़ होगी. सो आई कैन मेक द एडिट इन द HTML वर्जन एंड ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट यहाँ पे नहीं था, दैट इज वाई ये रॉन्ग हो गया. लेट मी सेव दिस and once again go and send a test verify email related to what? Related to the candidate object. I want to insert a record. Maybe this time I would like to send the record of Neha Sharma and SFDC.
Sir,
yes.
maybe location भी नहीं लिया sir.
Location, candidates location. Let me doubt है तो यहाँ पे हम merge fields insert कर ले. Let me delete this and you see you have tool everywhere. You have this tool everywhere. Put the candidate object. Have candidate. Because candidate object is having a relationship. Candidate object is having a relationship. But it should be there. Anyways, let's try it with the second way. candidate. So location, you are telling me location. So I'm just copying this and pasting it over here. Let me now save it and go to send and test verify email. Select the candidate. Select the candidate like Neha Sharma. So Neha Sharma, it has taken sales manager also. Location again, it's not taking because could be in that record Neha Sharma. Let me open and see whether the record is there. Congratulations, Neha Sharma. Location is not there. Let me see to the record of the Neha Sharma. So inside Neha Sharma, I don't have any locations, and that is why the location field is blank. If I take any other record like Abhinav Sharma also I have not mentioned any location. Let me select the location for his Chennai. And now let me test it with the Abhinav Sharma record. Okay, so send test and verify email. So let's go to the account candidate object once again and select the Abhinav Sharma record. So I'm selecting the Abhinav Sharma record over here. I'm sending it to SFDC. Press this OK. Go to here. So congratulations, Abhinav Sharma. It has taken the sales manager position name also. It has taken the reference ID, Abhinav Sharma, sales manager, location, everything has been taken. Okay, everything has been taken. So now see, this is one way, this is one way to make your email looks attractive. Now it all depends on the tag. It all depends on the HTML tag, whatever you use. You can even use the to highlight the background also. You have the tags. You have the tags inside the to go with this. You even have some sort of CSS where you can use the backend background colors also. You can select. So there are so many things over here that you can go with the with this tag. With this tag actually you can highlight the background colors also. So try to go with this website. Try to learn as far as you can go with the HTML. So this was the final kind of letterhead what we have done. ठीक है अभी जो चौथा टाइप है इसका विजुअल फोर्स वाला सो अभी वो तो नहीं हो सकता बिकॉज VF पेज अभी हमने पढ़ा नहीं है once we completed the VF so we can also go with the visual force template but these are the three kinds of the email templates that we have done. Now is the time to learn with the workflows.